me?
You're faint.
Okay.
I'll just turn it up. Okay, that's better. I just turned it up.
Okay, can anyone hear and see us now? Chris says it's all screwed up. Yes. Chris says yes. All right,
Okay.
you can hear and see both. I hear Len a little.
Okay.
Mark says she hears Len a little. Chris says yes. She can hear us. Can hear and see. Okay. Alrighty.
I need this.
Rick, Marta, Bill, Sue, hello, Chris, and Jamie. All right, we're all back. All right, I had to turn my speakers up a bit. Yep. Yes, I can see and hear you both. All right. We're up and running.
Okay.
We're up.
Awesome.
We are up and running. So let's try this again. Let's go back to screen share. I have a message. Yes, Marta. I terminated the broadcast and started it again. That message was in fact accurate. But I shut it down and started over. So here we go to the screen share. I hope you can see my screen. We're sharing, and I'm going to go to my Twitter account. Can you see Twitter?
I can see Twitter.
Okay.
Can anybody else see Twitter? Marta, if you need to, go in and go back out. I mean, leave and then come back in, see if that helps.
Okay. All right. What I was showing you just briefly here is that the Coffee with Len videos are posting multiple times. And the reason for that, and I'm going to take you to Facebook, the reason for that is because, let me get this done, is because, oh boy, you know, they have made this interface so freaking difficult to use. Yeah. I need a new tab. I had these tabs open before. Okay. The reason for that is because I am sharing it to multiple pages. The trick, and you really need to know this. Like I do, you have your personal profile, which is what we're looking at right now. We're looking at my personal profile. And I also have multiple fan pages. In fact, I have, if you notice here, I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fan pages that I'm an admin on. And I share my Coffee with Len video to multiple pages. I share it to my Healthy Aging page and to my Len Mooney page, my Adventures in Single Parenting page. And every time I share it, it posts to Twitter a separate time. So what you have to do here is, once again, at my home page.
Hey, Len?
Yes?
You're not screen sharing right now.
I am.
We're not seeing it. We're just seeing you.
All right. Here's this. Here's the page again, right?
We're just seeing. We're still seeing you.
Okay, let's do this again.
There we go.
Now you're seeing the share again.
Yeah, now it says you're presenting to everyone.
Okay. Now, can you see Facebook?
Yep. I see Facebook. Can you guys see Facebook? I'm just waiting for them to comment back. Yep, I think they, yep. Marta says she can see Facebook.
Okay. So
Linda's here. She says she can see it too.
From your home page, your personal profile, the little dot arrow right there that has all the settings in it. Go to settings. Go to settings. Click on settings. And come over to public posts. Right here. Public posts. You click there. And then go to Twitter. Everybody see that? Click there. And now we're going to edit the settings. And see, I went ahead today and I already turned these all off. So this is what you want to do. If you're going to be...
Sorry, I'm excited now. I'm like, where is that?
Okay. So this is what you want to do so that when you share, when I put it up on my timeline, it will go out to Twitter, but then when I share it over to these other pages, it will not repost to Twitter a second time or a third time or a fourth time. So you don't want to be sending the same post out multiple times. So this is where you clean up your Twitter feeds. So once again, that was from your settings, you go to public posts, and then go to Twitter, and then go to edit. Everybody get that? I'm just going backwards.
Settings, public posts, Twitter.
So here we go, right here. Right here. Go to your settings.
Yep.
Go to your public posts. Go to Twitter, and then edit settings.
Twitter.
And this is where you can link and unlink your Twitter profile to your various pages. Okay?
Okay. So then you can actually unlink.
Yeah. I have these all linked up.
Okay.
So, I mean, if I wanted to relink my healthy aging to Twitter, all I got to do is click on link to Twitter, and it'll take me through, you know, then I have to authorize it. I don't want to do it. It'll take me right through it. Just click on link and it'll take you through. But we don't want to do that right now because I just unlinked everything today. I want to leave them unlinked.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. All righty. So now, can you see my status brew page?
Yes.
All right. Let me go back to the home page. Now, just a reminder for those of you who are new to this game, we are using status brew to follow and unfollow people. Now, last week, I used Mark Lalone's Twitter account as an example account. Some of you may have questioned why I would use Mark Lalone. The only reason I did it, to be perfectly honest and blunt, is the only reason I did it is that when we were doing the training last week, I just thought about Mark and I thought, well, that's a good account to use as an example because, you know, he's got 50,000 followers. I can easily demonstrate how to follow and unfollow people. Would you really seriously want to spend a lot of time trying to follow people that are in Mark Lalone's account? I don't know the answer to that. You might argue that Mark Lalone's people are probably mostly all already in MLSP or they're, you know, all in an MLM or something. You might argue that they're not the best source of followers. We could discuss the philosophy of what accounts to use to follow people for the rest of our life. I have used Adam Chandler quite a bit. I have used Jordan Adler, etc. I put a new account up here tonight just to give you an example. I put send-out cards, and the reason I did this, I just picked send-out cards. Let's just pretend for a moment that we're interested in people that are in an MLM, so we know that they already are interested in MLMs, or they wouldn't be in one. and we're just going to look around and follow people that are in an MLM and see what we get out of it, because we may find a lot of people that are not happy with the MLM they're already in, or we may find a lot of people that need some help with their MLM, or you might be fishing for MLSP candidates, etc. So it's just, again, just as an example. So I went ahead and I loaded up send out cards, and we'll just do a quick demo of following and unfollowing people to make sure everybody's with us on this. And there are hundreds, maybe thousands of accounts that we could use to follow and unfollow people in, so we can have a conversation for the rest of our life about the philosophy of what account to use. At any rate, I'm just going to choose a profile. There's only one profile to choose, and that's my profile. That's all there is. And so now what we're doing is we have people here who are in send out cards. Now, I already created a filter some time ago, and I'm not going to go through how to create a filter right now, but I have a filter that's saved, and I'm just going to go ahead and load that filter. And all the filter is that it's people who I can follow, excluding people who we previously followed, people that are tweeting actively, tweeting more than once a day, people that have a public profile, they have a profile image, and what the status group calls their hobby level is low. It means they're active. Now, I'm going to actually get rid of that requirement that they have to be tweeting more than once a day, because I have found that requirement simply doesn't work. So here I have a bunch of people that I haven't followed. This guy joined Twitter 7 years ago. He's in Fort Myers, Florida, and he's actually open in Twitter right now. He's got 40 following and 50 followers, and et cetera, et cetera. So I can just sit here and I can start following people. Now, if you remember last week, what happened is that I got about 100 people that I was following, and then it shut me down. Actually, Twitter shut me down because Twitter detected unusual activity in my account because I hadn't done it for a while. So we can just sit here. In fact, we can sit here and click on the follow button, and you can see there's a counter up here that's saying, okay, I followed 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can just sit here. Nope, that's all they have for me. That's interesting. Not very many people to follow in that account, so we probably won't. We probably won't keep that account around for very long. Let's look at the source followers and see if there's more that we can follow. Interesting. Okay. Well, we followed a few people. That doesn't turn out to be a very interesting account. Let's go back to my account now, and what we're going to do there is we're going to begin to unfollow people. So when we follow people like that, what we're going to do is just wait and see, if they follow us back, and the ones that follow us back, they're going to get a message from us. They're going to get an opportunity to log in or to collect a lead magnet from us, and the lead magnet I happen to be using is my social media book. But right now, let's just look at unfollowing people. So we want to find people that are not following me back, and we want to exclude people that I've followed in the last 7 days, because it's an arbitrary number. It could be you could use 5 days, 1 days. Listen, it's an arbitrary number. Pick a number, whatever you're comfortable with. It looks like Len Mooney followed me. We can get rid of that guy. He didn't follow me back. I followed him 7 days ago, and he hasn't followed me back, so we'll get rid of him. Status Brew, Organic Lifestyle. Interesting. Okay, and here are real people now. Somebody that I followed 3 months ago and hasn't followed me back. I should have been doing this more actively. We could just sit here and start unfollowing people. We want to get rid of the people that didn't follow us back. They're of no interest to us. We followed them. They didn't follow us back. We just want to get rid of them. So as fast as I can click my mouse button, I can unfollow people. And you can just see that this screen is scrolling. I've already unfollowed 80 people. We're going to be up to 100 in just a second, and we can just keep right on going. And this will keep loading people. Now, I can tell you that there's a lot of people, because to be honest with you, I let Twitter go for a while. So, there's a lot of people that I need to get rid of, and I'm going to clean up this account over the next several days. I'm going to make a commitment starting right now that I'm going to follow at least 200 new people a day, and we'll show you the results of all that. And we'll just keep this thing going. So there we go. I've already unfollowed a couple hundred people. So that's the strategy. We use Status Brew to follow people. We wait for a few days to see who follows us back, and then we unfollow the rest. When we're actively working it, that's what we want to do. We want to do it every day. We want to follow a couple hundred people a day. Now, down here at the bottom, there's this little thing called Automate. And this addresses the question you brought up, Laura. Under Settings, right here, is the welcome message. All you got to do is come in here and turn it off. Okay, so anyhow, what we have here is an automated welcome message. In my case, the message is, hey, first name, thanks for the follow. As a token of my appreciation, here's a copy of my latest success guide, the 21st Century Guide to Social Media Marketing. And then it gives them a link, http to lenmooney.com social media. That link is a capture page. So I'm not actually sending them the social media guide. I'm sending them to a capture page that going to force them to enter their name and address. So here, for example, I'll show you what this is for those of you who have not seen it before. I'm going to assume you can still see my screen. Laura?
Yep, we can still see your screen. Yep.
Okay. So this is the capture.
So you don't get the feedback.
Understood. So
okay.
This is the capture page that sends people to, and that's it. I've got this guide, 21st Century Guide to Social Media Marketing. It's getting a little bit old and stale right now. I may have to change that or update it, but they have to enter at least their email and name. The phone number is optional. They don't have to enter it, and that gets them a copy of the book, and it gets them loaded into my Aweber account, and it gets them loaded up into an automated email sequence. So they get this message. This is a direct message. It's not a tweet. It's a direct message. They also get an automatic tweet right here. It sends them a welcome tweet. And again, the user's name, and then thanks for the follow, check me out, and it gives them my website, lenmooney.com. It's not a clickable link, but it does give them the website, and it reminds them to check their welcome message for a free gift. So those are the two things that are happening in the automated sequence department. So everyone who follows me back gets both of those. They get the direct message and they get the welcome tweet. Okay. Is there any questions showing up in the chat? Because that's really all I want to do with Status Brew. It's pretty straightforward and simple to use. If anybody has any problems or questions with it, they're certainly welcome to touch base with me. You can also go to Adam Chandler's training. He uses Status Brew. He trains on it. We've also got a Lunch with Len webinar out there in which we did Status Brew, 6, 7, 8 months ago. I don't know. We could find it. So we have multiple sources that we can send you to for additional training and reviews on Status Brew. And I know that several of you out there tonight are using Status Brew already. So I don't want to waste your time by spending an inordinate amount of time on Status Brew right now. So is everybody okay? Are there any questions showing up in the chat?
So far, there's no questions showing up in the chat.
Okay, and just to remind everybody, the reason for the unfollowing is right here. I'm following 3,000 people, but I've got 2,600 following me back. So there's a discrepancy of 400 people here who are not following me. I want to get rid of them. So we want to keep these numbers reasonably close to being in balance. There is no value in having people that I'm following who haven't followed me back. There's no value whatsoever in that. Okay, so that's that. Then the other piece of software that I wanted to go back and touch on, and I've gone ahead and done some more setup with it, and we have it actually running now, is Social Jukebox. So as you all know, today's the magic day that Tweet Jukebox, I don't know if it's actually disappeared or not, but today was the day that the deadline to switch over to Social Jukebox. So what's going on, and I've got this all set up and running now. So I'm using the free version of Social Jukebox. Let me just show you that. I'm using the free version. You can have 2 jukeboxes, 300 stored posts, 5 targeted posts, and 1 social account, and 50 thank you tweets, and a maximum of 5 tweets a day. Now, you're going to find that this is actually a pretty severe limitation, and I am about to switch over to the advanced version, to the subscription. But right now, that's where I'm at today. And let me just show you, I've got that set up. So first off, we have 2 jukeboxes. So let's go to our jukeboxes. So the first jukebox I have is a free quote jukebox. Social Jukebox provides that for you. I showed it to you last week. It has 200 quotes in it. And if we went ahead and opened the jukebox, we would see all the different quotes. I'm not going to scroll down through there. We don't need to do. Oh, there's a quote by Edgar Allan Poe. All that we see or seen is but a dream within a dream. Edgar Allan Poe was always one of my favorites. I loved him with his horror stories. Okay, so that's one of the jukeboxes. Now, the other jukebox that I want to review with you, I set up a jukebox called Lens Blog. And this is where I want to spend a few minutes with you. What I'm doing here is I'm loading up my blog posts. And I went ahead and I did 5 of them, and I stopped. And the reason I stopped is I just want to, I'm going to go ahead and load a lot more blog posts. But I want to stop and just give you a demonstration so that I'm sure that you know how to do this. So we're loading up a new jukebox. Now, once you do this, you got to go through this the first time. But once you go through it, you don't ever have to do it again. But anyhow, we're loading up these blog posts. So let me go out to my blog. Here we are. Logging in. I've loaded up the first 5 blogs. So all I'm going to do is click on all posts. I'm going to go find 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one I loaded was this one, breast cancer strategies. Here's baby shampoo. Is it safe for my baby? Now, before I actually load that, I want to take a quick look at it. Blogs have a picture, and I want to make sure. I want to make sure I know the name on the picture because it's got baby shampoo. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard to find. All right, let me close that because I got to find the picture. So what I found is the easiest way to do this right now is just simply view the blog. Just view the post and pretend like you're going to share it to Twitter, but we don't want to share it there right now. I just want to grab the link.
Oh,
so there I just copied it.
That's a nice trick.
So done deal. It's copied back to Social Jukebox, add a new post, paste. So there it is. It's in there. Now, I got to go back and get the picture. And I got to tell you, I'm a little disorganized with my pictures. I've got a couple different places where I put them. And it's clearly not in this set of pictures. Let me go to where it probably is. And, over the years, I've been doing blogs. I've been doing blogs for quite a while. And over the years, I've got several different folders that I've got pictures in. So, anyhow, I got to find that picture. And it's not there. But all right, look, I could use this picture right there. It's got a picture of a baby. That'll work. So there we go. That may not be the picture that I end up with, but there it is. So that blog post has now been added, and I can put it into the rotation. So it will go out. It's created, and we'll just schedule it. So here's the schedule. Every blog post in there is scheduled. Every blog in there is scheduled now. They're all scheduled for, actually I did an auto schedule earlier. You can see they're all scheduled for every 5 hours and 36 minutes. And they're going out at, they're starting at 12:48 p.m. I don't think that's quite right. I don't think that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, let's go look at the, we don't need that, the schedule. That should be right. I don't like the way that looks right now, but anyhow, it may or may not. We'll check that in a minute. I'm going to show you how we're going to check it. So all the blogs in there, all of them should be scheduled. I hope they are going to be. Let's look at it. It's got, yeah, well, it's because it's never been posted. That's okay. That's okay. I think we're okay there. I think we're okay. All right. So what I want to do there is I'm going to look at the visual schedule, and what we'll see is that the free quote jukebox is updating 3 times a day, and the Glenn's blog jukebox is updating 2 times a day. Now, why is that? Remember, in this free version, we can only have 5 blog posts a day. And so when we go to do the scheduling, oh, you know what? It's trying to get me to upgrade it right now. Home. It doesn't want me to. I don't want to upgrade right. Putting this, I may have exceeded my limit. So anyhow, let's look at the auto schedule. Let's see if the auto schedule will schedule. So here we go in the auto scheduler. I can have up to 5 tweets a day. So I'm just going to tell it I want 5. I'm going to select all the jukeboxes, and it's going to apportion them, and I'm going to select all day. So what it's going to do is going to take the 5 tweets that I'm allowed to have a day, and it's going to divide them between those 2 jukeboxes. And it may be arguing right now because it's trying to get me to, oh no, auto schedule was generated successfully. Okay, let's see if it was. Let's look at the visual schedule, and it seems to have scheduled. It seems to have done it. So again, we have 3 updates in this jukebox, 2 in that one. Now I am up against the limits right now. I'm going to have to go to the paid account. I'm not quite ready to do that yet until I make sure I've got everything working the way I want it working. So we'll get the paid account up and running this week, hopefully. So does that all make sense to everybody?
Yeah, there aren't any questions in the group right now. Chris says tapping.
Chris says what?
Tapping.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what that means.
I don't know what it means.
I thought maybe you would.
No. Okay. Now, there's one other thing. While we're sitting here in Social Jukebox, you also have targeted posts. I believe you can have a total of 5 of them in the free version. For those of you who happen to be in Asante and want to put in, for example, Asante posts, I just put this one in today. I just found out how many toxins I was putting in my body and in my children. Whoa, check this out. It's the silent soak funnel. So that's going to go out once every 9 hours. And the first time it goes out will be 11 p.m. tonight. It hasn't posted yet because I just put it there. So again, you can have up to 5 of what they call scheduled posts or targeted posts. These are different than the jukeboxes. and you have to, well, these are other posts that you also have to load manually. So where did I get this? I just found out how many toxins I was putting in my body, and my children, whoa, check this out. I got it in the funnel. I got it from the scripts that are out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Bill just made a comment that might be of interest to everybody. He says you can have unlimited blog posts. The 5 posts refer to the targeted posts, not your blog posts.
Right.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at. I'm in the targeted posts, but I think the problem I had with in the blog posts, and I think I got to resolve this, when I added the 6 posts, I had to completely reschedule everything because that pushed me over my total limit of 5 posts a day. So remember, in this free version, we can only have 5 targeted posts. We can only have a maximum of 5 tweets per day. So I was already up to my 5 tweets a day, and then I added another one. So I had to redo the entire schedule. Does that make sense?
Okay. And he says the prices for social jukebox are going up. He thought it was 11.1.
This is what it is today for the advanced version, $12.99 a month or $120 a year.
I think.
And I am going to upgrade. I am definitely going to upgrade this week. By the time we get into this next week, I will have upgraded. I think. I want to get everything. I want to get everything working properly. Okay, and so that is Social Jukebox in a nutshell. For those of you who have used Tweet Jukebox in the past, it's a pretty easy transition, and we did give you last week a link to a video that's about 9 minutes long that explains how to do the transition. If anyone has any trouble doing that, then just ask for help. And that's really all that I wanted to do today. Let me close this. Let me close that blog and come back to the Hangout and stop the share. Okay, can you see me?
I can see you.
Yep, we can see you.
Hi. But do you agree with me, Bill, that it counts into the 5 total tweets that you're allowed to have per day? And that's where I got to be. The free version is pretty limited. You can only have 5 tweets a day total.
So, Mr. Len.
Hi.
I wasn't here for the first part of it. So, what is Social Jukebox?
You know what? I'm going to let your mom explain that to you, okay?
Good idea.
Can I have her do that? Because we have to move on.
Okay.
We're going to run out of time here. So, okay. Now, you know what? The other thing is, I'll tell you what. Let me go back to screen share again. I'm sorry. I do want to go back. Hopefully everybody can see the screen, and I want to take you right back to Twitter.
What is it? It looks like a big, huge row.
Okay. Can you see my Twitter page now?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay. So the other thing you want to do, of course, now these come in your email too, depending on how you have your settings set. These will show up in your email. But the other thing you want to do is, as we're starting to do this, just like we were doing on, you want to pay attention to your messages and your notifications from here on in. Every day you want to be coming out here and checking your messages and notifications. So like here's Kelly. He liked my tweet, so I want to go back over to check out Kelly, and let's see what's going on with Kelly here. And to see somebody, am I following him? I might want to follow him. He's got you know, we're doing exactly the same thing we were doing in Facebook. It's really the same. Greatest glory never comes from winning, but from rising each time you fall. A person is defined by what he chooses to do. I like that quote. He's from Portland, Oregon. Facebook. I've got a Facebook link for him. He's got a really nice picture. Is that Mount Rainier? Yeah, it's Mount Rainier. It's an incredibly beautiful mountain when you can see it. It doesn't look like I'm following Kelly. He liked my tweet. Just go ahead and follow him. And so that's it. So we want to go through our messages and through our notifications. We've got a couple of messages there. Hey, Len, how's it going? Thanks for the recent follow. Let me introduce myself real quick. I married my best friend, Barbara. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and read that to you, but into now, and we're going to.
Oh, your sound froze up a little bit.
Pardon me?
Your sound froze up a little bit.
It did?
Yeah.
Is it unfroze?
I think so. We can hear you now.
Where did it freeze at?
Just the last sentence. Okay.
So everybody, you know, every week we're going to be doing the same thing, and that's the critical thing here, is to be going through not just somebody who follows us who then gets our message and, you know, checks into, for example, my social media book, but people that follow us or like our tweets or retweet us. So this person liked our tweet, so we want to go check out this person and see what they're up to. Laurie, social media marketing strategist, entrepreneur, New Yorker, interesting person. Maybe I'll just go ahead and follow her. Okay, so we're back into the same game, different social media platform, but the same game. So let's start doing it. I'm gonna come off the screen share now. With a little luck, I'm not closing the webinar. I'm off screen share. Okay, they will double. Yeah, when are they going to double, Bill? We better get in there, huh? Maybe I better do it tonight. Okay, the webinar at 6 o'clock tonight, which is the weekly Asante corporate webinar, Jackson is doing it tonight. I want to get off of here and get over there, and I encourage anybody who can and has the time, come on over, listen to the webinar. It's a good webinar, and every week I remember something new every week. That webinar has a lot of good material that you can use for blog posts and quotes and things. And plus the fact that if you're over there, if you're in this as an observer, make comments in there. Hey, this is really good stuff. This is interesting material. So any guests that are on, what we're doing is we're putting out positive feedback to encourage guests, how important this stuff is. By the way, I watched a movie last night called Consumed. It's going to be in Coffee with Len tomorrow morning. Consumed. It's a Netflix movie, and it's about the food industry. It's a really interesting movie. That's I'm off topic, but anyhow, that's all I really wanted to cover today. I want to put a challenge out there to everybody who's going to do Twitter with us. If you're on this webinar, I assume you're doing Twitter, and I know, Marta, you might not be doing it yet. It's all right. We understand. But it's up to you. But for those of you who are doing Twitter, let's each one of us do at least 200 a day follows and unfollows, and really make an effort to see if we can pump up the number of hits we're getting, the number of follows, and hopefully the number of leads, and get a few people into your organization. We've got a 2-month run to Christmas. Let's make it happen. Let's get some people in our organization between now and Christmas so that we can have a nice Christmas present. All right? I want to start. Okay. All right, Marta, we'll help you. We're here for you. All righty, everybody. So I hope you got value. Thanks for coming, Rick, Marta, Bill, Linda, Chris, Junie, and of course, Laura. And if I don't see any more questions, in 3, 2, 1.
Bye, everybody.
0. Bye, everybody.